Grand Rising fam. How are you doing on this amazing Ace of Clubs day? The energy feels real good. I know some of you guys got snow where y'all at. Oops, we don't have no snow here. Oops, we don't have that either. We have no snow, and we officially, Grand Rising, sweetie, we officially don't want any snow in Georgia, okay? We don't want any. Hey, snow and Georgia does not go together well at all. Snow in the South doesn't go together at all, right? At all. What are you guys doing out there on this? This is great energy for where we're going. Definitely energy that's well needed. Hey, sweetie, we are sitting in the Ace of Clubs day, and the Ace of Clubs is very powerful energy. You know, it sits in Mercury, Venus, so it's a messenger. So the message today, and that's a good placement because Mercury and Venus, they like each other, they get along. So conversations between those two, it's a good energy, a good placement. So today is a day you can have those good conversations, just have good conversations, and Ace of Spades, Ace of Clubs is that card, is that rapid fire conversations. They love to have conversations, so it'll be a lot of conversation, a lot of talk, but the undertone is good because, like I said, Mercury and Venus, they vibe. So you can have a real good vibing conversation today. If you look into it. It's really a good day for technology, of course. But today is a day where you can usually use your powers. It's very, Ace of Clubs is very persuasive. It's a very persuasive energy because of the placement. So look at that energy today with us getting out of Saturn. Yes. My moon is in Capricorn. I have been freed. Oh my gosh. I am so ready. Doing that shadow work with the moon, with that Saturn energy, with the moon in Capricorn. Over the last, I have had so much lost and so much, shadow work and things that I've had to look at myself about. It has been work. You understand? And I have done the work. So I'm here at the prefaces of the most greatest grandeur. Oh my gosh. It is, it feels so good to know that you do the work and that when the sky opens and the sun shines, that it's yours. You know what I mean? It's like nobody can come and say, yo, you can't have this. No, they cannot say that to me because I have a t-shirt. I've done the work and I'm at the place where, yeah, I'm gonna ease myself right on in, and nobody even has to know that I'm around, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna enjoy my life, live my best life, and reap the benefits. And today is a great day to look at that. The energy behind today is the Two of Hearts because that's a semi-fixed card and they are soulmates. So the energy behind today, subtle energy that's behind today is relationships because that's the subtle energy. The Two of Hearts, can be very romantic, So today is definitely that day where you may have some romantic tendencies or, that energy is around. But you want to make sure that, you do that work, and look behind the veil, because the Two of Hearts can sometimes be, idealistic and not definitely. You want to look at that. Let me see, you guys. Oh, you have a Capstellium. Oh yeah, whew, totally. So today is that day. Let's have those great conversations. Let's just have those great conversations. Definitely a day for writing, and getting your words out and journaling and all of that good stuff. And we are definitely in need of that. I am. I'm in need of good conversation. I'm in need of people that are, doing the work. We have a great tool here in Instagram, and I definitely appreciate, and I have a great family on Instagram, and it's very beneficial. And today, the Three of Diamonds is Jupiter to the Ace of Clubs. So, what are you going to be doing with that Three of Diamonds energy today on this Ace of Clubs day? The backdrop is having those conversations. Do some lives. Do some lives today, and put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Be as gorgeous as you possibly can. Do a good live. That is a great. I don't know what the card is of a mental abuse, sweetie. We're not talking about mental abuse right now. We're talking about amazing things today. I'm not gonna go in that direction at all. We're talking about having amazing conversations. So we got to bring up your vibration to meet where we are right now. We're talking about amazing conversations today, having those amazing conversations and being amazing and attracting the energy that we want. And on Instagram, with it being the Three of Diamonds, we totally have, we can put that energy out there. We can, make a great live. Put yourself out there and let the people see why your products are amazing. Why are your products amazing? Because I'm amazing. I'm dope and I use my products. I use the information that I share. I use this platform to show the world my healing journey. And this is where I am. So when people look at your page, they can go back to the beginning and they can see how you have overcome and you have risen and you keep doing the work. Show them that today. This is what people want to see at the end of Saturn leaving out of Capricorn. People should have seen it, because if it was affecting you, it would have come across on your page and on your post. So show people today in a live, how amazing you are and how it feels to do the work. That's what it's about today with Instagram being in Jupiter. That's a blessing. Today, Instagram is going to expand. Something amazing is going to come across your feed today. Instagram is going to be doing amazing work. It's in Jupiter. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. It's in Jupiter for today. The Three of Diamonds is in Jupiter for today. You are on Front Street. You have the stage. You have the world looking at you and the world wanting to know, something amazing. So go on your page and be amazing. Show the world why you're amazing. Period. Just show the world. And if you don't know you're amazing, today is a day for you to look on somebody's page and find out why you're amazing. There are plenty of things out there that are telling you you're amazing. If you need to see it, go and read something that ignites you inside to say, yes, I am amazing. I feel amazing. I feel dope. I want to connect with amazing people. I want to connect with dope people. I want to have amazing conversations today. Everybody isn't in that place, and we have to learn what and the Seven of Hearts is. The Seven of Hearts is Uranus today. Yes, the Seven of Hearts is Uranus today. It is Neptune, no. Yes, it's Uranus today. So we have to allow. Today is a day of allowing things. There can be some interesting and quirky things happening today. Things that just make you go, because it's in Uranus. And Uranus is definitely not wanting to do things conventionally. So it's safe to say that the Ace of Clubs is not conventional energy. So today, don't allow people to put you in a box and allow you to don't allow you to be who you are. You know what I mean? Step into who you are today, because the energy is protective. It's the energy of the day. It's that amazing conversation. Stand bold with it. It's like, no, I want to talk about some amazing things today. Let's have these amazing conversations. If you're in, and we're all in some kind of relationship, and things trigger us. We have to look at the triggers and see why it's triggering us and do the work and move on. Having that conversation with that person that triggers you it's really not beneficial, because that's your shit. You understand? So needing to have that conversation with people that trigger you, that's ego. That's not your shit. Talking to them about it is like they're the one that triggered you. Why are you talking to them about it? Do the work. See what it is that triggered you and do the work and move on. They were sent. You did a contract with them. They were an angel. They're a guide. They're someone that was their mission to come into your life, and that happened. It's not personal. Okay, I need to talk to them. No, you don't. You don't really need to talk to them, because you're not going to get satisfaction. There's no satisfaction in talking to the person who triggered you. Then, unless they are a psychiatrist, a professional person, don't do it, because then you open yourself up to more stuff. And then you haven't even figured out and worked on the first thing. Now you're going down the rabbit hole for them to trigger, like with a rapid fire machine gun, and they just shooting at you. Don't do that. Just sit with it. This is why it triggered me, because there's something that I need to look at inside of myself. There's something that I need to do. And today, you're welcome, sweetie. That's what we want to look at, how it's affecting us. It's affecting us because it is us. And that's the thing that we have to learn. It's about you. It's never about anything outside. And in the Five of Hearts year, we're going to all be experiencing that, because in the Five of Hearts year, which sits in Venus, Saturn, Venus is saying, yeah, you're gorgeous. But Saturn is saying, yeah, but you're not gorgeous. You know what I mean? Saturn is saying, you're not gorgeous where you need to be gorgeous. You gorgeous, but you're not gorgeous inside. And that's what we're going to be having, those conversations. Hey, Wanda. And we're going to be having the conversations that are going to help us and enable us to look inside and to rise to this amazing occasion. We all came back here, guys, because we wanted to be in this. Remember that. Last night I went to sleep, and I just laid there and did the work on opening up portals. I wanted to open up the portals from where I came. You know what I mean? To see that story. Because I came here for a reason. So I laid there to look into my mind's eye to see my portals. And it was amazing shadow work. You know what I mean? We came here for a reason. So the reason that we're here is about us. So because we're doing the work, we're reaping the benefits. And we want to stay focused on that. We don't want to get off on personalities and people that, have things going on in their life. We want to hold space for them, because we're all at different levels. Nobody is at the same level. What your experience are that brought you to where you are your experiences. I can hold space for you, but I don't know what those experiences are. My experiences that brought me to this place are my experiences. I can't take it personal when people don't get me and people don't understand what I bring to the table. I have to bring my table, and I do. I bring the table. Now, if you come, you're sitting at my table. You're coming to my table. It's a difference when you bring the table as opposed you always sitting at people's tables. I don't sit at people's tables. I bring the table. Got it? Now, if you want to sit at my table, you cool. But I'm not leaving my table to go sit at yours. And that's allegory. Think about it. Think about the table that you have. Think about your table. Because you set a table. You have. It's your table. Don't leave your table and go try to sit at people's tables and then get in your feelings. Don't do it. Sit at your table and let them come to your table. If they don't come to your table, they're not worthy. And they're not supposed to be at your table. How about that? They're not worthy of your table. You sit there at your table that you set. You set this table. What happened to you if I was on the table? What this person said to you? All of this stuff is your table. Everything that you bring forward is on your table. Are you doing the work? Are you doing the work? If you're not doing the work, then you want to get up from your table, go sit over there on somebody's table, and then you're like, oh, wow, I don't believe they just said that. They can say whatever they want to say at their table, right? But if you would sit in your ass at your table, whatever they said, you could decide, I want to put that on my table, or that doesn't affect me. That doesn't bother me because I'm building my stuff right here on my table. And if you have a table, you don't have no time for nothing else. Trust and believe. You don't have no time. She said, saving everybody else's table from breaking. Oh, girl. Woo! Yes! Trying to save their table. It's on 3 legs wobbling. And you said, okay, I'm going to be that 4th leg. Really? How does that feel with you carrying that? You carrying around you carrying around because the 3-legged table was wobbling. And here comes you, that strong pillar, just now holding up that table. And you feeling like they don't even know I'm holding up their table. Exactly. Because when it was wobbly, it was for them to fix. Girl, you said a word. You said a word, Che. You said a word. Oh my gosh, she said a word. Don't be that hero. If their table is wobbly, they have to fix the table. Because trust and believe, if you see their table is wobbly, yours is wobbly. How about that? You can't see anything that is not already in you. So you trying to go over there and help their table and your table is wobbly. You don't want to do the work. It's like, okay, I need a distraction, so I'm going to go over there and help them. And while you over there helping them, they beating you up. And your house, your table is now all over the place. Exactly. Mirroring. Yes, Jay. Josephine said we're mirroring. Absolutely. And in this time we get it. We see it. It's in how you're sitting here and you're looking. What behind you is looking. It's not this. This isn't looking. It's back here. It's back here. So you need to get that third eye and clean it off and do what you got to do and let it look out. That's the lesson. Is that all of the stuff out here in the world is gonna make sense in the 5 of Hearts. Because the 5 of Hearts knows that out here, Saturn. Saturn is out here. The 5 of Hearts know Venus Venus, the beauty. I'm going inside. I'm going to do something inside of me. That's why it's called a card of ghosting, because it goes inside and it works on that beauty inside. That's the Five of Hearts. That's why when you see autistic children and they're not looking at you, they're not. They don't want to look at you. They're not looking at you. They are inside being beautiful. And here you got people going inside trying to drag them out into Saturn. They're like, I don't have to go to Saturn. I don't need to go to Saturn. You need to go to Saturn. I'm here to show you that you need to go to Saturn, not me. Clean that up and come on inside and get this love. Absolutely. The Aquarian detachment. Absolutely. 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 Go inside. This is where the beauty is. This is where the amazing content is inside of you. You came here with it. You came here on this plane with the Jack of Hearts download, Christ consciousness inside of you. You came here on this plane, and somewhere along the line, the flesh took over. Now we see the flesh. That wasn't, we didn't know. Now we're going inside, back to that intrinsic nature, to the love that we have, and all of the, when we're inside of us, are we eating good? Are we feeling good? Are we opening up our heart chakra? Are we, she says, this has come up a lot the last 2 days, and you are activating me. Now I gotta talk. Yes, baby, you gotta talk. Hey, sweetie, hey. Yes, Jack of Heart. I was always to myself, and people didn't understand it. Yes, the Jack of Hearts principle. This is what this download is, sweetie. It's the download of the Christ consciousness. Where's your Jack of Hearts? The Jack of Hearts is my transformation card. I know it well. Where's the Jack of Hearts in your spread? We are being downloaded to Christ consciousness. That's what this is about. It's a download, it's a upload, it's whatever you want what you want to classify it as. But that's where we are, and we have to own it. The Jack of Hearts stands flat-footed, and it's the most powerful when it comes to all heart issues, all of love, children, and relationships and family. All you want to do is touch the hem of the garment, and you're good. Imagine that. That's the consciousness that's being downloaded into you. It's not outside. It's not on a cross. And it's not on a cross that you wear around your neck. It's your heart. The Christ consciousness is in your heart. Is your heart chakra open now in these times? If your heart chakra isn't open now, you're going to have difficulty, because love is going to be pouring out all around you. You understand? Agape love, that 9 of Hearts love, that love of letting go of all of the junk and the gunk and the stuff that we didn't need anymore. The 9 of Hearts, agape love. And today has the 7 of Hearts in Uranus. So this is about taking it and really looking at it and saying, nah, I can't do that anymore. I have to get in line with where I'm going, so Uranus doesn't grab me by my ponytail and drag my ass. Right? Because the 7 of Hearts in Uranus is literally saying that. Ace of Clubs is telling us, with us leaving out of Saturn, everything. The Ace of Clubs is giving us the blueprint. The 2 of Clubs gave us the blueprint. Where we are going, we have the Ace of Spades. Yesterday it was a challenging karma card. Today the Ace of Spades is Saturn. Okay, so some stuff is gonna come out. The Nine of Hearts in Neptune, which is the higher octave after Uranus, once you accept. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So with the Ace of Spades and Saturn, Ace of Spades is a card of secrets, right? And Saturn is saying, today we're going to expose those secrets. So if your closet is rattling, just open the door and let them come out. Because today you are supported. Saturn is saying, just open up the closet and let that out. They're not secrets anymore. Now, you can let them out or I can expose you. And that's what we'll see on the big stage because the United States has the Ace of Spades. I believe it's Saturn. I believe the United States is Saturn, Jupiter. I'm not positive, but I know the United States has a powerful, well, Ace of Spades is powerful, but it has a powerful Ace of Spades. So under the collective, we have Saturn energy with the Ace of Spades. And we're going to see lots of things. She said, either way, they are coming out. Absolutely. Hey, sweetie. Here you go, Bruja. We did our first podcast. It was dope, guys. Y'all gotta go to her page and listen to the podcast that we did. She gave me my maiden voyage, and now my podcast is up with Rashad. And I mean, podcasts are King of Spades. Who knew? Who knew the podcast are King of Spades? And that's a whole different energy to unlock to be successful on podcasts. And I'm definitely going to talk about that on another live. Because my King of Spades is in Mercury. That's what I do. I talk about the King of Spades, right? So we look at the Ace of Spades and what's happening with sex trafficking and this coming out. It's going to be something come out today. It's definitely coming out because the Five of Hearts is Five of Hearts in 2016 was in Pluto, and now it's going through from Pluto to the center of the universe, to the sun to the center of the universe to the Five of Hearts year. So the Five of Hearts did, hey sweetie, the Five of Hearts did its thing. So the Five of Hearts year is a reward to those of you that did the work. He did the work, so now when the Five of Hearts hits, the reward begins. The work that you've done, now you get your reward. My Five of Hearts is my challenging card in Uranus. So it always pointed to the future. It always pointed to something amazing. So looking at next year, I'm like, yo, it's going to be dope. You know, and when we look at YouTube, what happened to YouTube a couple of days ago, the YouTube was a Five of Hearts. And yeah, it had a lot of stuff on there where you could hide out with the sex trafficking and all of that kind of stuff on YouTube. So we haven't heard the last of YouTube. You know, some executive on YouTube is going to have to do some real fancy footwork because something is going to really, somebody has to fall on the sword. If you know what I mean. And it's going to happen. Somebody has to fall on the sword because you can't just say you weren't aware of these things anymore. The Five of Hearts is stepping into its own, and that's the protection of, you know, children. And we're going to see a lot next year with that. And we're going to see that not be tolerated. It's going to be ugly for sure. There's going to be lots of people. Google is under fire. Absolutely. Somebody at Google is going to have to fall on the sword. We're going to see lots of people falling on swords. They have to. They have to fall on swords. If they don't fall on swords, then the swords are going to fall in them. So it's better that you fall on the sword and just take one for the team. And that's what we'll see going forward. She said Google Alphabet Company owns YouTube. Absolutely. Absolutely. So they're all under that. And there's so many other things. It's going to be so many celebrities and so much that comes out that people are not going to want to accept. But these celebrities have a dime in this quarter. It's definitely, when we look at how celebrity has fallen, it fell for a reason. There's no such thing as celebrity anymore. You know, the higher that you went up on the food chain is really makes you wonder how you are connected to all of these shenanigans, you know? So we're going to see lots of celebrities, and of course, people are going to be in their feelings saying they don't believe it. Five of Hearts says, you can't get past Saturn this year. Saturn says, we are going to sit right here until you beautify all of this stuff that's beautiful, because a lot of celebrities are very beautiful. They speak very well, and their movies activate you, and they do all kind of things. But behind the scenes, Saturn is saying, we got to fix this. We're gonna fix this. So we're gonna see a lot of that coming out, and definitely conversations today, you know, because the Ace of Spades is Saturn. So we'll definitely hear more, and we're going to be hearing this for a minute with these things coming out, because people are trying to figure out how to let them out, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work. We just left. Where did we just leave? We left Capricorn in Saturn. That literally took structures apart like toothpicks. It's like Saturn and Capricorn was picking a toothpick out. It's like you got a house, and instead of knocking the beam down, Capricorn was just pulling out toothpicks and exposing and making you hurt. You know what I mean? And that's what happened to the government. That's what happened to those big structures. They went through that. And now they're like, I don't know, I don't feel so bad. They don't pulled out so many toothpicks, you ain't see it. Now everything is collapsing. It's like, why am I feeling like I'm collapsing? Because Saturn was pulling out toothpicks. It said, do the work. And you say, I don't want to do work. Now your structure is like this. Your structure is like this. And all Saturn has to do is pull out that one last toothpick. And it's like, damn, where did everything go? And you're going to see the rats scurrying. You're going to see the roaches scurrying, because you know they in the basements and they're inside the walls. They're going to start scurrying. You're going to start scurrying and running, and it's going to be like, Saturn is like, come back here. Come back here. And that's what we're going to literally see. She says, yes, 3 legs. Hey, sweetie, we are definitely going to see the rats running. And we started seeing that already. Yes, a tower moment. Absolutely. We've seen the rats running already and scurrying. You know, you look on these celebrities posting on those of us doing the work are exhausted. I know that's right, sweetie. But you have to take care of yourself, sweetie. You have to have people around you to speak love and light into you, because you're doing the work, but it's not your work. You're being a tool and you're holding space, but it's not your space. You understand what I'm saying? You have to get back to your table. Let them come to your table, sweetie. Don't leave your table and go to nobody else's table. You've set the table. Now it's okay for you to sit at your table. It's okay for you to know your foundation, and for you to know that people are coming over to where you are. You're not leaving where you are now and going out there where it's not safe. You know, it's not safe out there. So know that your table is set. You sit there and it might be one person trickle in, 2 people trickle in, and you're like, yo, the energy feels so amazing. That's what you want. You don't want to leave your table and go over there to a table that's set and it has all of these thousands or hundreds of people at that table, and you got all of that energy. That's not your energy, because you didn't set the table. You know what I mean? This is the time for you to sit at your table, for you to stand flat-footed in that Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts never moves. Never. And we're in the King of Spades month. King of Spades is the guard card, never moves. So we are supposed to be owning where we are, owning it. This is where we get the protection from these amazing cards. We're owning it. You don't have to come to my table. It's all right. It's all right. It's still my table. How about that? It's my table. You can look at it and you can feel any kind of way that you want to feel about it. But the reason why you can't come to my table is because my ancestors and my guides will eat you alive. So you have to sit over there on your table where you got all of your stuff going on talking about my table. But you can't cross that invisible field that my ancestors got to bring your ass over here to my table without getting annihilated. How about that? Come on, sit at my table. I hate it for you. I hate it for you. You know what I mean? I hate it for you. Because my ancestors have me talking about cardology. Do you really think I could be talking about cardology on the level that I talk about cardology if this wasn't ancestor work? Think about us coming into each other's lives and fortifying each other and loving on each other and knowing, intrinsically knowing that we came back here to do this work. And we have the courage to stand flat-footed and do the work. Think about the protection. I want you to know the protection that is inside of you. What's encapsulated in you. What does that feel like to you? Stand flat-footed today. Stand flat-footed today. And see what it feels like. Stand flat-footed today. What's your reward today? What's your reward today? Today is the day where you are being downloaded, uploaded with Christ consciousness. Jack of Hearts is the reward for today. What conversations are you going to have? What conversations are you going to have? Christ consciousness. You just want to touch the hem of Christ consciousness. You don't want to have a PhD, a master's, a doctorate. You don't want it. You just want to touch the hem. I could just be in kindergarten. I can be in kindergarten and touch the hem of Christ consciousness. That's all I need is to touch the hem. I don't need the garment on me. I don't need to put the cross on me. I need to touch the hem of Christ consciousness to activate the Christ consciousness in me. Do you understand? You just need to touch the hem. Bust that heart chakra open. Bust it open. And that consciousness is just going to radiate for the world for what you came back here to do. You have a mission. You've accepted that mission as not by no strange coincidence that we have all found each other. It's not. Be of good character and good heart. Yes, sweetie. That's it. That's it. Be the best that you can be in every moment. Wake up to amazing daily practices of loving yourself. Loving yourself. If you're not in love with you and accepting Christ consciousness, you have to accept that love. Touch the hem. Touch the hem. That's all you got to do. Touch the hem. You don't need to be inside where they're having these amazing talks and these amazing conversations and they're talking about the amazingness that they know about the Christ. You can't get that from them. They touch the hem. They touch the hem of the garment. Now you have to touch the hem of the garment. You have to touch the hem. Where's your Jack of Hearts? Today is the reward card. Do you understand that the Ace of Clubs has a Jack of Hearts as the reward? Think about that. Think about that. What is your reward today when you touch the hem? Wow, we are in amazing times. Amazing times. Where is your table? Where's your table? And what's on your table? What is on your table that is bringing people to your table? What's on your table? I set my table. And you can't come sit at my table. You just can't willy-nilly come and pull up and say, oh, I'm sitting at Diamond's table. No, you can't. People come to me all the time and disappear. Because they ain't ready. And I'm okay. I hold space. But what you can't do is move stuff around on my table. What you can't do is co-op my table. What you can't do is covet my table. I literally had people say, you do too much, you post too much. Excuse me? How do I post too much? How do I give out too much? How? There's all of the stuff on my page. You can't read it unless you touch the hem of the garment. It doesn't mean anything to people. It literally, if you pull up my page, it could be Greek, it could be Chinese. I'm giving away information to those who have touched the hem of the garment. So you can't think about, I'm giving away stuff for free. You can't think about that. Don't ever think about that. You have to know where your Jack of Hearts is, what reciprocity is. Your reciprocity comes from the universe, and it is far more amazing and beautiful and expansive than what you think you're trying to get from a person. They can't give you the gifts that the universe has for you because you've busted open that heart chakra. You've accepted the love, and now you're standing in the love. And the love tells you, oh, wow, this person is in need. What is it that I can do? You know what I mean? Do I have a word? Do I have a prayer? Do I have something inside of me that I can share? That's what you're here for. You get your payment and your reward from the universe. Now, people come to you and the universe uses them, but that is not your reward. Do the womb work, absolutely. Heal that womb, absolutely. Because that womb is birthing those gems and those jewels. Absolutely. Absolutely. We are in amazing times, and we know it. And the people on my feed, you guys are the dopest of the dopest. You understand? You are the dopest of the dopest. There's something that we connect together with. You give me the courage. You know what I mean? It takes courage. It takes courage to talk about an Ace of Clubs. What? Oh, I have people all the time say, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You don't get it. I understand. I can't get it for you if it's not time for you. But when I talk to you guys, you like, yes, and you get it, and you leave me comments, and I'm like, okay. I'm not out here on this island by myself. I have a soul tribe. I have a soul family. I have soul love. I have the fortification of, the things that, give me the courage. It takes courage. It takes courage. And I appreciate, and I do not take anybody that comes to my page, that talks to me, that, sends me love. I know you guys send me love. I totally feel it. When I'm out and about, I feel love. When I'm home, I feel love. I receive it. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what just happened, but somebody sent me a great thought. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Being in that space. Yes, we are in that space today. The Ace of Clubs. We are in that space today. This is an amazing, 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 amazing card, amazing energy that's taking us where we are, where we see ourselves, behind the veil. Everybody can't go behind the veil. We see people all the time, and we're like, wow, I just, I want the best for you. I just want, and that's all we can do is hold that space because you're feeling so amazing and everything is like, oh my goodness. You want everybody to have it, but they have to get it in their time. They cannot come to your table unless you are able to do what your ancestors, your guides, your love can give them. They can't. Now, they're at your table because you allowed them to be at your table. That's on you. But everybody that's at your table, it was brought to your table by the ancestors that are supposed to be there are blessing. The rest of them, you need to know that's your ego. Your ego said, I can do this. Now, if you want to continue with the ego, you do that. But the ego is going to have you beat up, feeling like, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself today. I don't feel. That's your ego. Your ego got you in that. Tell your ego to go sit down because you can't. You cannot do for people. When they come to you with the permission of your ancestors. They had to get permission. You understand? They had to get permission to come sit at your table. That's how bad and protected you are. Do you understand? Trust me, I'm speaking from what I know. Do you understand? I've been in ego, and I will never go back in ego again. Never. I have to sit with my ancestors. I have to sit and I have to get the direction from my ancestors. Okay? Because when you come to me and you have the permission of my ancestors, it's perfect synchronicity. We just vibe. It's like, yo, right? It's yo. This is okay. And you go off and you do what you're supposed to do. And we have that connection. It takes us to the places that I'm on live, Kai. We have the protection that takes us to where we are supposed to be going, through each other. Because we came here for those connections. You know what I mean? And when we are supposed to meet and link up, it's about timing. Timing. Because we can say, oh, wow, no, it's timing. And the cards give us that. The cards give us the timing of it all. The Ace of Clubs today gives us the timing of us having this amazing conversation. Because the Jack of Hearts is the reward. And it can't be in the vibes because it's shared pain or disliking someone. I had to just realize that. Absolutely, sweetie. Absolutely. Because there's no such thing as anything that's not supposed to be happening. Everything is supposed to be happening. You know why? Because it happened. But when it triggers something inside of you, it's not that person. It's saying, that's the Five of Hearts. The Five of Hearts, you feel it in your solar plexus. And the Five of Hearts is saying, let's look at this. Let's look at this because we're not as beautiful as we think we are. Venus on the inside, the planet Venus on the inside, that's a word. So we put Venus and Saturn together, and Saturn says, "Come on, Venus, I'm gonna go inside your house. Let's go inside your house, because you sure look beautiful, but let's go inside your house. Let's see what's going on inside your house." And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking inside. Saturn is saying, you can't get, we're in the four horse decade, and the first year was pretty intense. We got 9 more. You're building your structure. You're building your structure, and the Five of Hearts is going to help us to build our structure. She said, "Come on in, baby. I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. You feel it. You feel the amazing relationships that you get ready to have." I do. I do. I feel the amazing relationships that is coming. I literally the other night we just sat in the bed together and we just spiritually talked to each other. And I was like, yo, this is amazing. This is amazing to have a spiritual conversation with another person that is doing the work and is waiting for us to come together on that amazing level. Yeah, he's coming. And I know it. And that's just dope. You know what I mean? So we sit and we sit and just sit with it. Be bold and know that Jack of Hearts says, I got you. I'm being downloaded into you. Touch my hem. Just touch my hem. And I'm being downloaded into you. Yeah, I look beautiful on the outside. People paint beautiful stories of the Jack of Hearts. People break great stories of Christ consciousness. They do. But those are stories. What is your intimate relationship with the Jack of Hearts? What is it? What is it? What's your intimate relationship? Have you touched the hem of the garment? When the Christ bent down, he came upon the blind man who thought he was blind. And when he bent down and he took and made the paste and put it on his eyes, he could see. He touched the hem of his garment. You understand? That's all it took was for that touch to activate his sight. And that's what we're getting right now. It's being downloaded into us. Yes, that's what this ascension is. The download, the upload of consciousness. Consciousness. And today has the reward. Think about where we are and the energies, and it makes so much sense. Makes sense. Set your table, love. Set your table and allow the ancestors to do what they do. You got your altar, you feed your ancestors, you have all of that kind of stuff. What have you set on that table? What have you set on that table? What have you set? Because that table is supposed to be inside of you. You understand? It may look good, and you may feed them food, and you may do all kind of rituals and things for that table, but if that table's not inside of you, if you don't have that connection with your ancestors, and that table is your connection, which is outside, think about that. That table is sitting outside in this world. It's sitting outside of you. What are you offering to them today that's inside of you, that's busting open that heart chakra? What's busting open that heart chakra? Because those ancestors are inside of you. That table is a representation. It's not them. It's not them. It's a representation. And in this Five of Hearts year, we're going to learn how to have that relationship on the inside. Inside. My ancestor protection is not on a table. It's not. It's beautiful and it evokes things and it does all kind of things, but it is meant for you to go within. You understand? Go within. We have amazing energy today, and I totally am gonna sit with it. I'm gonna sit with this energy and do what I do with it, and continue to sit at my table. I'm gonna sit at my table, and I have been literally told to sit myself down, literally, and that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting myself down because what's coming is coming in the form of a download. The consciousness that is coming pure, raw energy because I need to touch the hem of the garment. Have a great day, guys. Make sure that you are loving yourself. Make sure that you are doing something amazing for yourself today. Make sure that you are standing flat-footed with this amazing King of Spades energy for the month with the Jack of Hearts reward that we have for today. Make sure that you are sitting in it. Make sure that you're sitting in it. Absolutely, it is coming for you. Definitely for you. I love you too, sweetie, so much. Have a great, loving, amazing day for yourself. You've earned it. You've earned the love that you're going to receive today. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt the love that the ancestors are going to download for you. This is your blessing. Get away from people's tables. Go get your energy. Get your energy that you've given away. You gave it away. Go and claim it back and sit at your table and do the work. Do the work. They cannot come to your table unless you allow them. Your ancestors are like, they're just saying, I love you. I have told you. I have given you directions. Now you have to do the work. Feel the energy and release it. They're going to go away. They're going to go away. And you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. They're going to be removed. And you're going to be okay. But if you keep getting up from your table and taking yourself over there to shore up your table, to shore up their table, that's on you. Their table is the way their table is because they have work to do. Your table is the way your table is because you have work to do. Period. Bring your table with you. Okay, don't leave home without it. Bring your table with you wherever you go. And watch people that come to your table and watch people who avoid your table. Because your ancestors are sitting there and they like, I don't want that. I don't want that. That's no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I had a conversation with someone years ago and they were talking to me about God. And I said, let's be clear. Let's be clear that we are not talking about the same God. Understand me when I tell you that? We have different people that have different ways of worship and have different ways of doing things. My God don't play. Do you understand me? I don't have that conversation with you. The energy of my ancestors, the energy of my higher power, my higher source, I don't have those conversations because it's introduced to you without me having to do anything. You understand? That's the secret that's inside your card. That's the spiritual protection that's encapsulated in your card that you have to introduce to the world. You have to introduce that to the world with your boldness, with you standing flat-footed and knowing that you are covered and you are protected. Now, they took it a whole different level to the blood of Jesus, whatever works for you, but you have it encapsulated inside of you. Do you understand? Touch the hem of the garment. Have a great day. Have a great day. I love you all so, 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 so much. And we will be talking soon. Peace.